we continue with the Calibishie Chronicle traditions. Stories told by moi, with a little slice of humor to entice you, to entertain you, to keep you connected to the stories, the way any good storyteller would. But remember always that my stories are the stories that I lived and the stories which were related to me about life in Calibishie. So besides the humor and the little pun, nothing else added or taken out. The stories that I tell you are actual stories. And I'll keep on telling you those stories because they are stories that meant a lot to me and should mean a lot to the people who grew up at the time that I did grow up. And it can probably influence or inform you as to what you can do or what you probably can become if you just maintain. Because I had a lot of struggles and stress in my time. I spoke about the many years that I made trials for the under-19 youth cricket team, and the 1 or 2 years I made trials for the national team, and I never made any of the teams because talent was available at the time. But also there was a sort of a treatment given to people like me who were from the country, which was a bit indifferent from the people who quote unquote not from the country. And fellas from St. Joseph would claim that they're not from country, and not participate in the net sessions with me. Anyway, I remember one particular incident when Mike Finley conducted a clinic for wicket keepers around the Caribbean, young wicket keepers, and I was a specialist wicket keeper, open batsman. When I was trying to make the national team, Anthony Scotland was wicket keeper of the national team. Anthony Scotland, Scotty from St. Joseph. And there was Jeffrey Lafont. He was not an extravagant keeper, but he was decent. And he was a good enough batsman, like a little semi all-rounder. And that was it. And then me, who used to keep wicket for the other, because there were different teams playing on trials. So I kept wicket for a team, Scotty kept wicket for a team, and sometimes Geoffrey would keep wicket for a team. That was how it went. So Mike Finley wanted 2 wicket keepers from Dominica, 2 from Grenada, 2 from the different Caribbean islands. I think the Windward Islands. And it was automatic that I would have been selected to go. And people who went to do the clinic ended up playing cricket for West Indies and so on, I'm telling you, that were the days of Carl Hooper. I could have played for, well, maybe not West Indies because I was an open batsman. And at the time there was Greenwich and Haynes who were really doing well. So I probably could not or would not have made it. Well, when I used to look at Greenwich and Haynes, I think that was before my time, before I started playing cricket. But when I started playing cricket, there was some, I think people like Richards. Richards never opened. He only played in the middle. But the talent was rich. You never know, I might have made it too. But the point I'm trying to make is when the team was selected to go to St. Vincent, the selectors turned around and chose Scotty, and they got a fella called Clay Samuel from Soufriere. Clay Samuel was a medium fast bowler, a good enough batsman. He could keep, he was an all-rounder, but I was a specialist keeper. Eddie Bruno, my cousin, taught me a number of different skills. Eddie was a fine wicket keeper. But they chose a medium fast bowler all-rounder to send to St. Vincent instead to wicket keep at the clinic. And after that, and those series of press, I just stopped playing cricket. I didn't play cricket. I mean, I have not played cricket for maybe all my adult life. My son Gavin never saw me play cricket. And I had Gavin when I was 19, 20. You see what I'm saying? And I just stopped because it was just too much for me to deal with. And the people from the village who know me and my skills in cricket can attest to that. Again, because of the attitude at the time, was just too much to deal with. So I sacrificed cricket, but I kept up doing other things. I became a playwright, a dramatist, a calypsonian. I became a cultural enthusiast, and that took me around the world. And do you know where all this skill and all this nurturing came from? Calibishie. I was part of the life in Calibishie, and I saw people like Edva, Ali, Sony, Camrol, Clem John for my Edmond, Derek, my sister, Vali, J. Jane. I saw Meo and Tao. These people are dramatists, and they put on an Exorcist, a play called The Exorcist one time at the Calibishie school. at the auditorium upstairs. And there was also Calypso competition. I took part in a competition of 1985. Dave judged too. Derek and these guys. I'll tell you about that on the next episode here of Calibishie Chronicle.